Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a grand campaign event. Our first map is going to be the Battle over Fort Pillow. At least that's what it is on the campaign. You got 11 Mississippi leading the CSA side and First Delaware leading the Union side. Our second map for today is the Battle of Atoka Fields. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but it's going to be on Pry Ford. I forgot to change the map name, so that's why it's like that. But you have Merc Token leading CSA and then Iron Brigade leading the Union. Before we get into that, though, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today on the CSA campaign side, you have Colquitt's Brigade, 11 Mississippi, 12th Virginia, Hampton's Legion, Irish Volunteer Brigade, 15th Alabama, and the Davis Brigade, whereas on the Union campaign side, you have the 42nd Pennsylvania, Iron Brigade, Free States Brigade, 36th New York, 9th Corps, 17th Michigan, 7th Texas, and the 1st Delaware. So, server pop right now is 230. Balance is pretty perfect right now. Artillery-wise, Union has 4, Confederates have 7, so Union's up by 3 infantry guys right now. Harper's Graveyard, I don't know if I've seen this in a while, but it's a nice little map. CSA, they can either go down Union left, kind of in this open area, although the elevation's kind of big, or you'll see CSA often go down the Union right, down this kind of road here. A lot more tight than the other side, but it can work just as well. So, CSA artillery looking to be over there in the distance. They got a pretty nice angle, and it looks like for now CSA is going to push down Union left. So, Union defense, you got FSB over here with Iron Brigade holding a little further behind, 42nd PA there as well. Midwest Brigade the most behind, kind of in the center, holding down Union right. Got 36th New York and 1st Delaware with the 42nd PA artillery. Union already likes to set up on that roadside over there, so that if CSA goes down, and they can get some nice canister in there. So, CSA starting to push here. You got Davis Brigade, 11 Mississippi on this side. And then Hampton's Legion, 12th VA further down the hill. Frontline reporters today, for your Union perspective, you have Lucian here from the Iron Brigade. And then on the other side, you have Doug here from the Colquitt's Brigade. Very appreciative of those guys giving us their frontline view. So, be intrigued to see when CSA does decide to actually charge. I mean, those charges really decide a lot of these maps. The sitting and shooting. It can be nice to reform and nice to, you know, figure out a plan while you're doing a shootout, but in terms of tickets, they don't do a significant amount. Now, when we look at Harper's Ferry as a map, weapons-wise, the Union has the 9th Vermont, which has the Enfield, and they have the 3rd Maryland, which has the Springfield 42 with buck and ball, or the option of the Springfield 55. They're probably going to choose buck and ball, though. Whereas the CSA side, you have the 22nd Virginia with the Enfield and Lorenz, and the 2nd South Carolina with the Enfield and the Springfield 61. So Union has a hair advantage here with the buck and ball, but it's not like that has ever stopped CSA before. For now, CSA looks to continually just inching their way forward. Union spreading out more. They don't want to get hit by artillery. Artillery. There you go. Look at that. You got a hit there. They probably only got 2 or 3 guys though. But if we look at the ticket balance for this map, let's see. High Street Boulevard Camp. Where is Graveyard at? Graveyard. There it is. 8% ticket advantage in favor of CSA. So that's not a huge margin by any means. And so, despite them having a ticket lead, they still got to play this a little smart. So, CSA inching their way closer and closer, trying to see how aggressive the Union's going to be. CSA's got a nice fight. You can see they've taken up the stone wall here. They're not going to get a whole lot of kills with Union, but at least they're keeping them more engaged. You don't want Union. If you do charge up here as CSA, Union on the Union right there could collapse in on this side of the stone wall and completely flank the CSA. Now, obviously, not a whole lot of CSA there, and Union could still do that if they wanted to, but at least there's some defense there. so that CSA can be a little protected.
On me. Move it up.
Oh, the sergeant, 12th PA. We're moving on.
So 42nd PA holding. Here we go. Here's our first point blank engagement. 12th PA is going to roll up.
Enemies close.
And 12th VA is getting shredded there. I don't know if 42nd has the bucking ball, but even if they don't, I mean, CSA is trying to crest over a little hill here. And when you run up to shoot, you're going to run up, take a couple seconds to aim, and then shoot. And the Union guys, they're just aiming there already. So it's good. It's hard for CSA to kind of engage in a little shootout here. Looks like some 7th Texas guys have moved up behind them as well. So, tickets overall slightly in Union's favor. But
don't reload up there, boys. Come back to the line.
We'll see how the round progresses.
Peek a tiny little bit.
The Union having respawns going here. It looks like they're keeping their flags a little further back, which is not a terrible idea. Where are the flags at? Really? That's Iron Brigade's flag. 42nd PA hopping up and over here. CSA might not anticipate this, so maybe a little surprise there from Union. I don't know why they're sitting there, though. I mean, they actually shot down 12th VA pretty well. And they have a good shot to get the flag. Apologies about saying that. I guess they shot CSA down very, very well.
There's a guy right behind me. Get his ass.
So IVB and HL moving over to assist 12th VA, make sure they can protect their flag. And this is a nice little chance for CSA to charge Union out. Especially since Union tried to charge 12th VA, overextending a little bit. You don't blame 42nd PA trying to overextend. It's just a great couple of responses here from both sides. Tickets overall are even. So far, this round's going very good for CSA. It's not terrible for Union either. It's not like Union's down a considerable amount of tickets as well. So, look at that fence blow up. So HL and IVB will take up the spot where 12th VA was. I assume 12th VA is going to reform and push up back to that spot or take the spot where HL was. You got more Union shifting down to this side. And it looks like nearly the whole Union right has shifted over here to assist. Actually, we can look at that right now. What the heck? Why is... Oh my goodness, the whole Union team is stacked on the buck and ball regiments. Okay, that's... You know, I've seen that done once before, and that was on Bloody Lane for the Union attackers. But I haven't seen it on the defense before, and not like main spawn for Union's that far away, so this could work great for Union. Union charging into the field. Maybe they saw an opportunity to wipe CSA here, get a couple of kills. CSA line is at least holding. Tickets are still fairly even. Union actually brought their flag down with them, and 12th VA and 11th Mississippi, 15th Alabama starting to push into this Union forward position. And these are the type of engagement that you want as CSA. Union protected their flag. You can see it's on the right side. Hankel's got it. And that's a good little retreat there. CSA is going to continue pushing this, and you might as well. Tickets surprisingly still even here.
Oh my God, you saved you.
So you can see a good amount of those Union guys spawning at main, which again is not that far. So it's, I don't know. I think this is a neat little idea. I don't know if I've seen Union do this before, at least on Harper's. And if I have, I clearly don't remember. So 10 minutes since the round has started. CSA Artillery getting a couple of team kills there. It looks like more than 5. Apologies already going in the chat. And so, you know, overall, both sides are doing fairly well. Still favors the attackers. I mean, as an attackers, as long as you keep an even pace in terms of tickets with the defenders as you're going down, you're still in a great spot. You can be down as tickets, down in tickets as an attacker, and still be in a okay spot. Obviously, as an attacker, you want a ticket lead, but
15th on the line.
Actually, Union's up on tickets right now. CSA first to go to engage.
Push him, you fucker. Hey, get up here, HL.
Keep on the line.
On this line, 15.
15 Alabama on the line, on the line. Independent fire.
So both sides kind of halting here. CSA trying to reform, at least keep up that shootout, which they won't win these close shootouts, at least in terms of tickets. Because, I mean, sure they have a higher tickets. It's only 8% though, which I don't know how big that is. But Union's going to be destroying you with that buck and ball at this closer range. You can see some of the CSA starting to pull back a little further.
All right, nice work, guys.
So,
All right. Just keep up the fire over here, guys.
Union needs to at least get a half a morale stage in terms of a ticket lead if they want to have this game be close. Because if Union forces a final push last stand around the same time, CSA is so close to Union that it would probably go well for CSA, but you never know. I mean, Union's got that buck and ball. You would assume that the attackers would win when it's final push last stand same time, especially on a small map like this. Depends on the map, like Nicodemus Hill, for example, if that happens. You're probably thinking CSA wins as defenders, not the attackers, just because it's a wide open field going to point. There's not as much of a wild field at least, or wide open field at least on this map. Iron Brigade pushing down. Hankel's keeping one of those Union. Oh, he dies. Rest in peace, Hankel. But Union's got a ticket lead, a noticeable one as well. So some more Union shifting up a little bit, and it looks like Union. You know, the one thing that I really like about this event is that the aggression that's played here is over the top. Now, I love watching aggression throughout the match. A war of rights. If I was an officer, I would be more aggressive than what you would normally anticipate. I just like the aggressive decisions from a defender here. If you got buck and ball, you're going to win this closer shootout. And this map's not that big, so you're going to have a lot of short to medium shootouts. You can see CSA falling back even further just because of the devastation of that buck and ball. And Union's not going to stop pushing forward. Now Davis Brigade's kind of caught in an iffy spot here. And if we just zoom in. And look at that. One shot there got two guys. I mean, it's devastating. So far, the Battle of Fort Pillow is going hugely. I can't believe that's a fort on the map. That's insane. So we'll see what CSA does at this point. Now officers do have a Steam chat, so we won't be able to pick up on anything, at least down here. It seems that CSA still wants to engage on this side. Like, when your opponent has buck and ball like this, you can't sit and shoot at a short distance. You either gotta like sit back further away behind your stone wall where there's a good amount of cover and take shots that way, or just charge the Union out. But even if you charge them, I mean, that's a lot of buck and ball being thrown down. So, 11 Mississippi and 8 Shell have pushed further forward. Union starting to pull up to the road to meet them in a better spot. I mean, you can't really see CSA from this angle. So, Union trying to run up and take some shots in a little exposed area, but the kills they'll get with buck and ball will make up for that fact. It's almost a half morale stage difference since each side has hit battle ready, or gone from battle ready to engage. Union hasn't dropped at all. CSA has nearly dropped half the stage. So, great round from Union. Honestly, I wonder if Union was fine with CSA just slowly pushing up. Because then once CSA kind of got up to these positions right next to the Union line, Union played aggressive and got a lot of their tickets down. So, smart plays so far. Well played.
You can't just do that.
Get up there, independent fire, boys. Need the reload.
Recruits can wait for a bit.
Nils reload!
So, CSA artillery we've seen has not done much as well on top of a team kill shot, which was very good in terms of killage. But 15th Wisconsin pushing down here. There's a Ram. I don't know if there's a Rambo or not, but they don't see him. They still don't see him. Oh, now he's making himself known. He gets 2 kills, but goes down, and he probably lost his team more tickets there. More CSA are pulling back onto the stone wall and engaging in the shootout. See, at least the nice part with CSA being overly aggressive at the start of a round is that they've got 29 minutes to do whatever they want. They can keep charging if they want to, which hasn't really worked out that well. Or they can sit back and shoot. The nice part about being aggressive at the beginning is you know if certain things will work off the rip. If you sit back and shoot the whole round, you're not going to learn much. You might get a slight ticket lead as an attacker, but you waste a lot of time and don't bring the tickets down overall. So you actually have some Union pushing up on this side here. They're probably just running up, taking shots, and then falling back. Wilkes, I don't think is expecting him. He still has a sword out, and he dies. So, one of those guys got team killed. I don't know if that's ticket positive for them right there, but
Let's go back to Gene, HL. Back to Gene. Find the saber. Let's go. Find the major.
with that all being said, man, what a rough start for CSA. I mean, at this point, if I were CSA, you just got to step back on the, like some form of stone wall or cover. Like, this is not terrible, but I think you got to shoot it out with Union a little bit here and see if that closes the ticket gap. Because it seems, as of now, the only way CSA is going to be able to win this map is by forcing Union to last stand. And then slowly widen them at that point. But they've got to get the ticket gap closer if they want to do that. And take a lead. Which, that ticket gap looks to be closing in at least a little.
Watch you're getting flanked right. You're getting flanked right. Get the fuck out of there, Signal. What the hell are you doing? Stop fucking sleeping, retard.
Get out. 15, fall back to the sprint.
Make sure they go home.
Hold your positions.
Well, that's a time to have to look at something else and talk to someone else. Anyways, charging. Holy crap, CSA dropped. So, that ticket gap still in favor of Union. Union's trying to pull back. CSA's trying to deal some damage. So, so 42nd PA pushing out. They're a little outnumbered.
Holy, they're gone. They're not good at the game.
So CSA pushing up with their whole team on Union left. You've seen this before at the beginning of the round. Are we going to see a different outcome now, or is it going to be the same?
We're being flanked. Enemies on the right, good defense.
I mean, Union stacking that whole team on buck and ball, I think, has been very effective and very well done so far. As long as Union doesn't play too aggressive. Because obviously the aggression that Union's done so far has been very, very good, but you obviously don't want to overdo it.
Are you ready to fight?
You got to be tactical and smart, especially as a defender. And 1 or 2 mistakes when you're playing aggressive as a defender, and that can lose you the round.
Pop and shot, Joe.
Hey, that got a Union kill. Union right, flanking down. Kind of collapsing, trying to get some shots on CSN flank. Oh my goodness. Bottom right side of your screen, 15th Alabama just got slaughtered by 9th Corps. CSA looking to countercharge some of these Union guys to get some kills.
They're coming through the gap. Up and over.
So that was a great little flank around now. CSA going to countercharge. Looks like some CSA guys are leaking up, but this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the round. Union's right has collapsed down on the stone wall. Now CSA is charging this. I mean, you like the idea. Union flag is a little far forward. Union's push themselves. They've kind of overextended, but they're on a stone wall. I'm guessing Union on the left side is going to collapse in, and there they come. Look at that. I mean, at least 42nd PA, that's a nice little flank in. I wish more Union would go in. A lot of CSA are down there. Maybe just respawns. Complete chaos here on the graveyard. And so Union at least is held on the stone wall. Some Union tried to go even further, but I mean, if the bulk of Union went down and attacked CSA, they definitely could wipe them. But it's now half morale stage difference. Union fall into taking losses.
Hey, they're pulling back. 40 seconds pulling back.
So Union pulls off. It's a great little sequence there for Union.
My bad, I'm still bleeding.
We got a decent ticket lead.
So this is exactly the spot you want to be in if you're Union. Exactly the spot you want to be in.
Check.
Ready, sir.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
God minutes.
we'll see, again, CSA. I mean, the unfortunate part is like I mentioned. Oh, that ripped that guy who got killed by already. But even though charging and being aggressive as CSA at the beginning, I think is a very good thing. There's problem is on this map, there's not a whole lot of options. You either sit back on that graveyard stone wall and shoot, or you sit here and shoot, or you charge. Which we're seeing charging from Union now. Foreign Brigade and Iron Brigade going up. I'm a little iffy on this charge.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Get him, 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 get him. Yeah, bitch.
And Union slowly starting to take over. Here come Colquitt's Brigade, though, and they're going to clean the rest of the Union up. Who brought their flag. I don't know why Union brought their flag, unless they're intending to hold. Here comes some more Union reinforcements, 9th Corps. Now, usually these long, spread-out charges really favor the attackers, but... Because normally there's a lot more tickets being lost, but... While that might be true, that ticket gap has grown hugely in Union's favor. So...
Hey, gentlemen, look
Wow.
around. Keep looking around.
Going back.
So, CSA is about to hit breaking. I wonder if... I mean, you got 20-some minutes of CSA. I wonder if they're going to try to sit and shoot Union down or charge. It seems every time there's been some kind of charging action. Oh! Yeah!
Bomb just in front of the voice saying, bomb to my left, German, to my left, to my left. Bomb to my left.
15, fall back further. On German.
To my left. Bomb yourselves, full kits.
So, both guys kind of sitting back, reforming.
Кубик, а где вот штык? Вот почему? Мы же вроде всегда привыкаем штык. Понятно. Надо предохраняться.
On focus.
Твой член.
So, for now, it looks like CSA at least is going back to that shootout. Which I really don't blame them. You got a couple CSA moving forward. 12th VA. So maybe CSA is gonna go up again. I don't know. I mean, the thing is that again, out of the 3 options CSA has to do, I think sitting back as far as they can and just sitting and shooting this out for the next 20 minutes is really the only way to go.
Hold your lads. I can see their asses.
Second rocks. Don't fire.
A couple of FSB guys, they're on the edge of out of bounds, if not in out of bounds. Yeah, they're out of bounds. They just got a nice little side volley. No, 12 guys. CSA's inching forward, but they're a little spread out here, so I guess they want to keep the pace up. I mean, clearly Union cares about these pillows a lot. This is the most stern defense on Harper's I've seen in a long time.
Officer to the right, hey, to the right, to the right, down the hill, north.
Union doing it again. CSA push forward, Iron Brigade wanting to throw Union off, and this has worked all game. CSA has not had an adequate response to it whatsoever. And there goes CSA to break and take a gap about a half morale stage. I mean, really the only response CSA has is the moment you see Union charging you like that, you either full retreat or you gotta like full send a lot of guys at them. We've seen them do the second option before though, and that didn't work out. So yeah, the Union's gonna try to get fancy and cheesy like that, but it's not like you can really pull off an attacker too much because you want to still deal the ticket loss in your opponent, but you can't go down tickets. I mean, really, this is just me trying to figure out what CSA should do here. Is just really props to how well Union's doing this round so far. I mean, they have stacked everyone on buck and ball.
Keep off the independent fire, boys. Keep it up, boys.
Take him down, take him down.
Anything great. Midwest, keep up the independent fire. Rouse the way long. There's still a flag. Once it comes
Oh,
to
they
peace,
took
on
at
the
it.
other side.
Wow. Haven't even looked at. Well, there comes some more Union pushing up. Again, CSA's up a little forward. They're not too far forward, and Union just pushing up those rocks and chasing them, shooting them down. Wow. Doug just asked the Arty if they could up the rate of fire, and artillery said they're low on ammo. Now, they can't really shoot canister from this far away. At least I don't think it would hit. I never know. I mean, they're definitely up high enough, and there's a... That cannon packs a punch. So... CSA backing off. Union trying to push a little forward to keep that... CSA artillery almost team killing again. There we go. That was a good shot. I hit a guy or two.
Let's go.
You didn't even make it.
So, geez.
Up and over, boys. Up and over.
I mean, the other thing for CSA is that, I mean, again, like you have a Union group up forward, but if CSA tries to charge them, rest of Union will back that group up right. I mean, again, Union clearly likes the pillows. They want to keep them. CSA is really asking artillery to up their rate of fire, which they say they don't have ammo on top of that too. They're hitting only like a fourth of their shots. CSA infantry has to carry this. I don't think I've ever seen a game where, outside of maybe one Nicodemus round for CSA, artillery does not carry the game in any sense. It's down to the infantry to win or lose games. So it's like if CSA would have asked Artie to fire when they charged in, that could have been a good idea. I don't know if we've seen CSA artillery and infantry work together like that. Because, I mean, a lot of these times CSA are charging in, they're just looting. Might as well shoot the artillery in and maybe get a chance to knock down or kill a couple of the Union guys. And even if you get team killed, oh well, it's not like the charges are working normally. But Union almost down to breaking. And I wonder, is CSA going to keep the shootout, or are they going to charge once Union hit breaking? Again, they got plenty of time to do any option. It's kind of hard to tell if the ticket gap is... It's kind of hard to tell the ticket gap at this point in the round. Mostly because at the beginning and end of the morale stage, the bar is like larger than what we actually see. And so it's like the bar will hit the bottom of the stage, and like Union is at this point, it looks like they're almost going to hit breaking, but they're going to be in this for like another 4 minutes probably. So 13 minutes is enough time to for sure get your opponent down on the morale stage, but CSA, oh, that violently caused me to lag a little. But problem for CSA is that they're going to hit final push at a certain point, and that's when the time crunch is going to become real for CSA. So CSA's got to find some way to get these tickets closer before that happens, and it does not appear to be doing that. I mean, CSA is still almost down a half morale stage, so nothing's worked for CSA today. And that's just prop to the defenders here.
Ceasefire, New York. Ceasefire on the line.
Some of the CSA wanted to have a little fun over here.
Moving to the right. They're moving to the right. Now, score. You have good shots right now. Good shots.
And it's, I don't know, I don't think CSA's charging. They don't have a lot of guys over here. CSA already, you're missing. That's terrible.
Bullshit.
Now, score. Reload.
Ah.
And we're gonna be there to stop them.
So, infantry for CSA telling CSA already they're going to charge in 30 seconds. Now the question is 30 seconds enough time to prep your shots? Oh, artillery says they don't have ammo. Now, you got to give the arty like a minute's notice, I would think. Not 30 seconds.
Let's go.
Bales down, chicken.
It's, yeah. I like the communication. You know, that's something you don't normally see. Although it might be too late in the round where the artillery doesn't have ammo. Oh, where are they going? Oh, he said 11, and then they just didn't.
Version, come up with us. If it looks bad, just run away, and then we're not gonna be angry at you.
Hold your fire, boys.
I don't want to fucking lose it.
Hell no, we're not losing.
No, lose the flag.
If you don't have your bayonet, make sure your bayonet fixed. Fix bayonet.
Карабини, карабини, перезарядку, давай сюда.
Get ready, we're gonna charge. Make sure your bayonets are fixed. We're gonna do this soon.
Maybe it's 10 minutes.
Alright, so get up, Ern. Get up, Ern. Form a line with us. We'll meet you.
Union inching outward. They're about to hit breaking, so nothing's worked for CSA. They're just going to try to cap this here and now. Hit Union into breaking while they charge, and it looks like there they go. Oh, never mind. They inched like 10 yards forward. CSA about to get violent from the bottom side of this hill. Didn't do a whole lot. They hit breaking. CSA are still not picking up that far. Oh, we got a canister. I guess canister can hit. Wow. CSA moving up point, zooming out quickly. Union kind of surrounding that. CSA getting pinched. CSA charging from cemetery side as well. Artillery going in, getting a couple team kills. CSA winning in the center. They're close to hitting final push. A lot of Union still holding on this right side. Some starting to move out. Point going in CSA's favor. Union taking it back. And CSA is going to hit final push. That's going to drop to like 2 minutes. 2:13. That is the longest lag spike. That just happens when everyone spawns in, but wow. So good hold from Union. They're out by 3/4 of a morale stage. That is enough tickets to defend for at least 2 minutes. Now the 2 minutes 13 seconds. That's how long it takes to get from CSA spawn to main point, which by the way is right here. It's enough time to get from your spawn to the point of contention 2 times without bayonets and reloads. Minute and a half. Why was Union keeping their flag this far forward with only 4 other dudes? Not that Union flag matters a terrible amount, but you still would like to have the flag there. Anyways, here comes probably the last half-organized thing CSA is going to have for this round.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry.
Leroy Jenkins.
The Union counter charging, holding that point. Just hitting the halfway point through breaking. 30 seconds. Couple of CSA being a little cheeky here. So that looks like it's round for Union. So really well played by Union this entire round, putting your whole team on buck and ball. It's probably been done before. It's just something I haven't seen before. But really well done to the Union side. They played that very, 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 very well. I mean, CSA. I mean, what else can you do with CSA in this round? I mean, Union played that pretty dang well. It's like Union would have had to make a mistake, and they didn't. So, props to Union. Not much really more to say. It's just one side put in a stellar defense, and the other side tried. Yeah, I mean, maybe CSA could have tried to hit one side then instantly go on the other side, but the width of the map is not that big, so Union could have easily just hopped back and forth. Well done. Well done from Union. They defended the fort. They protected the pillow, and Mike Lindell is very happy that the pillows were protected and not in the hands of some rebels. Anyways, we'll see you for round 2 shortly. Alrighty, here we are with the start of round number 2. Doug crashed, so his POV will be back up in a second. And look at that. There it is. So, anyways, Pride forward, here we are. Server pop right now is 240 inbounds. There's 2 towards CSA side. Artillery-wise, Union has 6. Confederates have 8. So, Union have maybe a hair infantry lead in terms of that. So, generally, Union just rushes up and down this right side and charges that. And if CSA lose that left side, they lose the game. But Union is just going on the complete other side. Look at that. CSA kind of not ready or reacting. Well, they're starting to move over. But usually Union doesn't like to push this side because they put themselves between CSA infantry and the RD on the right side. But Union's actually just going to charge right in, and I don't necessarily mind this. Union does have the Cav pistols. You can see some of them mixed up with the infantry, like this guy here, those two there. But as long as Union keeps their flags up on this side, they should be in a perfectly good spot. So if we look, at the map in terms of its weapons, Union here, they've got the 4th Pennsylvania. That's what I was talking about a second ago. They've got the pistols. They got a Sharps carbine as well. And then they also have on their team the 2nd United States with the Springfield 61. Whereas, well, CSA, they have the Holcomb Legion with the Sharps carbine in the Enfield. And the 17th South Carolina with the Enfield and the Springfield 61. Union actually on point. Interesting. So there is that. So Union having a little superiority here with weapons on the CSA, mostly because they have those pistols, although those guys have a limited amount in their regiment. You have 7th Texas guys are over here just kind of harassing the artillery. Meanwhile, if we look at the ticket balance of this map, let's see here. Pride forward, 18% advantage to the Union, although it doesn't look like it right now. Union's down a little bit on tickets. I mean, in terms of defensive spot, CSA going to have a little superior spot. Both sides are kind of deflated. CSA much more deflated than the Union, and CSA starting to push up a little more. Union actually starting to fall back.
17th Midwest Brigade, about face on me. I found them. 17th Midwest Brigade on me. 17th Midwest Brigade on me. Head to the west, head to the west.
And so Union falling back. As long as they protect their flags, it's really an important thing. Now, for your CSA, you've got a ticket lead. What could really keep this going is by charging in and trying to get Union flags. So TQB getting a little aggressive here. Get a nice little volley, but flags are still alive. So Union falling back a little more. Trying to get to these tiny set of rocks here, but artillery is just going to be hemmed in on them. More CSA have pushed up alongside Colquitt's. You actually got some CSA trying to cut Union off. I'm being 11 Mississippi. And Union is starting to completely pull out. They've lost one flag. Let's see if 11 Mississippi turns to charge them, but yeah, that's a huge loss for Union. I mean, they've got 3 flags on this map. Don't want to lose them because they got a 5-minute despawn timer on them, so Union's not getting that flag back until like the 34-minute mark. So Union artillery has pushed up the guns a little bit. 11 Mississippi right on top.
About time I hit something. Shoot that officer! Shoot that!
So Union almost down to home morale. So you got some Union going up center with the flag, which if I'm CSA, I try to charge that out. I mean, Union is mostly sitting back, reforming behind the artillery, which 11 Mississippi could try to charge, but it looks like they're pulling back. I mean, granted, you charge the artillery, you're going to get a hail of bullets there from Union infantry. So it's not like CSA needs to be aggressive as well. They are in a beautiful spot. It's hard to charge on this map as Union.
Hold fire, hold fire.
Really, really hard. I mean, it's similar to a lot of like Nicodemus Hill. Union trying to charge a CSA spot. It's not like the spot for CSA defensively. It doesn't look significant. When you zoom down, though, there is some defilade here that they can use as cover, which has been very helpful with this defensive spot. It's a very nice defensive spot, but whenever Union charge to the open, they just get completely slaughtered. And you almost wonder if the Union strategy on this map is to either go over to that side, not fully push into the CSA, defensive area, but like pull up to the center of where my screen is and just kind of engage in a shootout across that. I mean, probably the same result would happen because that's what we kind of just witnessed. But really, if Union's going to charge, the best place to charge in this map is going straight up the center. It's because if you push up this way, you'll notice that there's enough of a defilade to where it still protects you from CSA artillery, which is over here. And it's also the quickest distance to get to the CSA defensive line and point. So...
See them direct north, direct north.
So, at this point, Union is almost, I don't know, it's the same situation as last round, but the inverse in terms of what team is in what situation. But it's a completely different scenario. So, I mean, Union can definitely just sit back and kind of shoot this out for a few minutes. I mean, the ticket gap between the attackers and defenders on this map is like 10% bigger. So... Union has a little more of a leeway in terms of a shootout if they want to do good.
Nice line. Nice line. There we go.
At the knee, 9.
So... Union for now spreading out for the most part. I don't know if some of these Union guys are trying to scope out if they can get their flag back, but... I like the positioning from 12th VA here. If you ever take out the attacking flag somewhat deep in your territory, you might as well try to hold it. Because if they try to take it back, every time a guy dies, he's got to respawn back at main all the way back there, which I don't know whose flag is down for the Union, which we can look here. Looks like it's the... Wow, it's the cavalry, or the 4th Pennsylvania with the pistols and stuff. So that's a huge flag to get down. I mean, all 3 of these flags are important for Union, but the problem is that whenever Union charges, the only chance they have a shot at being effective is if they have the guys with the pistols in the middle of that melee. And if the Union infantry on the right side charges at any point with these guys over here worrying about their flag, there is no success, nor no chance that it is successful. Now... It could still not work even with the pistol being over there. It's not like the pistol's determined if one side wins or not. But obviously you're going to want 12 or so guys with pistols in your line. So looks like that flag despawned. 12th VA pulling back. Again, a good decision. You know, it was kind of in the open. So you can see some Union guys spawning back main, and I'm guessing they spawn back with that flag. So Union do hit engage though. CSA is about up a third of a morale stage right now, which is very, very good. You would, again, most maps you want to, as a defender, to have at least a half morale stage lead. It's kind of a buffer. This is, I think, one of those maps where you don't need as big of a lead just because of how open the field is, trying to approach point. So... For now, Union just seems to be trying to inch closer, spread out across the whole length of the field. Are they going? They don't have the pistols. Are they? Pistols look like they're moving in. Maybe they have their flag now. Maybe Union was waiting for that before they go. And CSA is actually pushing out to meet them. Usually CSA holds some guys at the rock, so they kind of give it up for Union, but you can see CSA is kind of forming a little pincer on the rocks. And Union's trying to gather up in the small area, and CSA is just throwing lead. And CSA charged in right before those pistols can do much there. On point. So they're trying to cut off and get Union flags, which they get 1, they get 2. So that was a great maneuver there from CSA. Again, it's like right there, even if the pistols would have been with the Union charge, Union just got completely bodied up. They got pincered down. And you can understand why Union wants to get on those rocks. They want to, you know, get in some form of a defensive spot on the map, but CSA responded perfectly. And now these pistol guys who are capping point might be screwed over here. I think they realize. So that cap would not have hurt or harmed either team. It would have saved the Union a few extra seconds, which I think they might need. Union artillery getting charged out now, and that gap has grown in CSA's favor.
Thank you for your tickets, monkey.
Thank you for the cannon, boy.
So Union now halfway through engaged. So everyone seems to be very good defensively today. But these at least this map is very good for defenders. The first map that we saw today is okay for defenders. But I mean Union had everyone choose buck and ball, so some CSA pushing up a little close, trying to use these bushes. Davis Brigade. But, I mean, Union's tried, like, mass charging deep into CSA territory and they got wiped. They charged right. That wasn't even close to working. That was a lot worse than the first attempt. So, Union's got to change it up. They can't do the same thing again. If they want to... CSA artillery, what was that shot? I think that was CSA already. But Union's got to change it up here. And if they change it up in charging the right with their pistol guys this time, that's not going to work. But maybe if Union charges, they should go up the center. Again, capping the point does not do any harm to the attackers right now. Because since CSA as a defender is up on tickets, they would not regain any tickets. They only regain tickets when they're down tickets if they retake on a counterattack. So Union pushing up the center capping point would not be the worst thing in the world. And I think Union should try that if they want to charge. If they want to do a shootout, it's... I don't know. It's a hard nut life for us.
You're in that bush, you're going to be firing directly south-southeast. Independent fire from us.
Reload behind the rocks so we don't die. Reload behind the rocks, boys.
So for now, at least Union doing a similar thing the last time, just kind of spreading out across the open field and engaging in a shootout with the CSA. CSA is on point right now, and I wonder if the edge of... Actually, it's just these three guys here. Some IVB guys, but... I mean, I almost wonder if Union could try to send a few guys forward and just try to mess with that point. And maybe force CSA to do something they don't want to do. It wouldn't be anything extreme, but Union needs any help they can get at this point. CSA is about to drop to engaged. Seriously, I don't know if I ever recall Union ever charging up just the center of this map and trying to hold the point at least this early on in the game. Union, they're almost done with taking losses. Jeez Louise. So, I mean, I guess we'll monitor if Union lowers this ticket gap at all. Which again, it's a 3/4 of a stage right now.
On Ferguson's right.
But kind of an issue for Union too is they're trying to run out. At least some of them are running up, taking shots, and then retreating because Union's trying to preserve their tickets. The thing is, though, is these CSA guys, they're similar to what we saw. Jeez, I wonder if that glitchy noise went through the recording. But I wonder if similar to last round, maybe not as extreme, but in the previous round, right? When CSA tried to push up Union left initially, and it was 12th VA, I think, and they just got completely shot down by Iron Brigade when they were trying to crest that hill. It's like, you run up, that takes a couple seconds, and then you aim, that takes a few seconds. It feels like CSA has the upper hand here, because Union's going to run out into the open, and while Union's running out, CSA is still staying in the same spot, so they're going to get the upper hand on the shots. Now, as a defender, doing a strategy like I just mentioned would make sense, because you're trying to sit and cover right, run up, get a quick shot, and then run back. That makes sense, but as an attacker, I don't know. What I do know, though, is that it's not dealing a whole lot of tickets. Ticket loss. Oh my goodness, artillery just volleyed. I think they just tried to get the sharps here. Wow. That was a team kill. Where's the Union? Was it this gun here? Yeah, it was this gun here. They got a nice. I mean, hey, they hit it. It was a nice shot, but hey, look at this. Union's pushing up center. I like it. You know, it's something new. They're about to be down a whole morale stage, but you know, the thing is that we play these maps a lot, and so if you try something new now and it works well, you might win the game, but you might also be able to use it in the other round. So CSA is trying to loop around Union's rear side, but most of the Union is on the west side of this little hill, which they're defilated. So if CSA did want to try to get at them, they would have to charge at them, which would be to the Union's benefit. Now, it really feels like CSA outnumbers Unions because you got a few amount of Union back here. Biggest thing is those Union pistol guys are not up in the fight, which if CSA do charge, that is going to be a killer for them. Also, it looks like some Union got charged out over here as well. Maybe those are just said CSA guys. Who knows? CSA charging in. Union sharps on top are charging or getting closer, but Union might get pushed back here. Ticket gaps looks to be getting a little closer. Union pistols are about to lose their flag again. Second time today. So, tickets overall, it looks about the same as before, as of now. But, you know, I like the attempt. I really wish the pistols for Union were in that line. I don't know how much it would have changed that charge, but I mean, having a lot of pistols in your line would definitely make it a lot closer, which Union needs to find some way to get this ticket gap closer.
Independent fire, everyone.
Do not fire, blue men. They are over there. Fire at them, gentlemen.
So that sharp flag is going to be down till about 19-minute mark. And we return back to our shootout. So, I mean, CSA has to make a mistake at this point for Union to have a chance. I mean, how many guys do we still got on artillery here for both sides? 13-man inbound towards CSA. Union has 5 on artillery. Confederates do have 11. So, that's a 7-man inbalance. Infantry-wide in favor of CSA, which is not terrible by any means, but that's the unfortunate thing is right now CSA is up by 13 dudes, but in my opinion, if you put a lot of guys on artillery, you should be punished for that. Because generally, if you have like, I think at most you should have 2 guys per gun. I know there's rules for events that have different things. I don't think this event has that, but I mean, I guess the CSA has a lot of guns, and they have what, 11 guys for 6 guns, which is not that bad. That's actually not that bad of a ratio at all, but it's not like CSA artillery has done really a whole lot. It's not like Union artillery's done a whole lot either. In artillery, it's hard to be a very effective artillery in this game. I've only seen it once, and it was on Nicodemus Hill. Because, I mean, you got to hit the shot, which is freaking ridiculous to do. Like, look how short that is. Very short. Not that much, but the thing is if you're not dead on, you're not going to kill anyone. And even if you do hit dead on, you'll probably knock more people over than kill. You'll probably kill only 2, 3, 4 people.
One man per post again, boys. One man per post. Find another
So it's very hard for it to be effective.
slag now. You are slag. You gotta find another partner.
Watch your fucking language.
Yeah. So fucking personal in front of the child.
Back in.
And so back to the shootout games we go. I mean, Union, again, is probably waiting for that flag to despawn, which is not a bad idea by any means.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the scout on the right.
Oh shit.
One man spaces just so he can be on the deflate.
36, skirmish lines.
Alright, boys, take aim! Take aim! Same position! Same position! Ah, that smoke put in the grass! Fire!
So, I see again. CSA has played this round to near perfection. Granted, it's not like there's much as a defender that you need to do, but you know, if you can't even do the basic stuff right, you can't be great at this game. And they are excelling at the basic stuff. So, both sides have done well defending today, despite kind of how aggressive both sides have been playing. So, Union's hard pushing this side. They don't have any flags up here with them. Iron Brigade's heading this way. Maybe they're trying to get the flag back for the Pistols, who are held by 1st Delaware. Well, there's artillery. And they're pushing up, trying to. I mean, Union's, you know, at least Union's trying to change things up. They pushed up, and I don't think they got the flag. I think it despawned. So talk about bad timing. Jeez. So I mean, Union's just trying to find something, which I can appreciate. You know, it's better to lose, at least trying to find a new way to break through and do something. I can appreciate that a lot more than just doing the same old thing over and over and over again and it not working and be like, well, there's nothing else we can do.
Aim for the bushes.
And so, Colquitt's got a little flank here.
Maintain spacing.
Hey, there's a Rambo behind.
And they are going to pull out. I think they were just trying to go in and get that flag, but it wasn't there. Meanwhile, Union push up center. Both sides about to drop to their next stage. CSA to taking losses. Union to breaking, and they veer off almost instantly. 36 pulls off a 17th following. Nope, they're holding there. That's the other issue here for Union is they've only got 3 flags. CSA, I think, has 4. Yeah, so that's the thing is that CSA is going to be able to out-respawn Union whenever, for the whole round really, it's like you see with Hooker's Push, is Union will push up and get into a really close engagement with the CSA. And normally that works great for the attackers, but since Union on Hookers has 3 flags as an attacker, similar to this map, they slowly get beat in those longer, short-range shootouts because they aren't able to out-respawn their opponent team. Even if you have a better gun, it's really hard to outshoot your opponent.
Так, налево давайте в Родж. Кто там еще? На левее, левее, левее. Так, блядь, ладно, я сам. По врагу цель.
Sprint left.
Назад, дают бригет. Кругом.
There's Union artillery. Look at that. That hit CSA down to taking losses. Any Union, any second spots hit breaking. Union completely spread out. They've got their flags. So, I wonder where they're going to charge next. They're going to be left, center, or right? Time will tell. So, because this shootout will maybe get Union some tickets, but it's not going to. There's another nice arty shot. It's going to get you some tickets, but it is not going to win you this game. Now, even though Union's on a low morale stage, they can still technically, by all means, they can win, right? You are still fine, because if both sides lose a morale stage, that CSA will hit breaking, and at that point Union can cap and win. Meanwhile, Union will hit final push, and then the clock will drop. Probably, I assume the clock's going to drop when they hit final push, because I don't think it's going to be a 12-minute morale stage timer. It could be, especially if CSA here is making a decision to charge. I think CSA is trying to keep this round moving, which Union should 100% collapse on these few CSA guys, but CSA won that charge, and so I think they definitely at least kept the ticket trade even. So Union might turn and charge from this. I mean, if you can ever wipe out a smaller group, you might as well try to go. A lot of Union and CSA over here. CSA center is preoccupied with Union on the west side, so a charge might not be a bad idea. You can see they're charging now. HL falling back, except for Dirtiest Dan and Moyu, but Dirtiest Dan is going to hold that ground.
Oh my god.
And there goes Moyu as well. They're going to keep charging. CSA reacting well. Let's see how this volley is. Oh, the smoke! Get out of the way! They're not volleying. They're just charging in. I was going to get so excited to watch a volley like that. That would be a juicy volley. It's so hard sometimes because the smoke is so beautiful to look at, but it blocks everything. But, I mean, that's what you see down there. When you're in a melee, especially if you get in the woods, it's chaos. More CSA reinforcements pulling in. And Union's been swallowed up again. One of those Union flags is dropped, picked up by Tan Band trying to get out. And they actually lose 2 flags. Sorry. Where's the third? The third Union flag is probably over there. Yep. You can barely see it in the distance. So, Union now halfway, a little higher than halfway through breaking. CSA halfway through.
I ain't gay no more.
На Southeast далеко, это где? Southeast, погнали на Southeast, вон он.
So, another good hold there from CSA. I mean, again, the idea there was CSA charged some guys forward. Union did lose some guys, which could have impacted it, but CSA charged their guys forward, overextended. Union eventually wiped them, and at that moment you're like, huh, maybe we have a numbers advantage. So I don't disagree with that decision to charge. I think just the situation of the map and everything, it's going to be hard for it to be successful. But really, what else can you do if you're attackers here? You either sit and shoot or you charge, and either option, especially at this point of the round, is either not going to work for you or it's going to make you lose a lot of tickets. So, Salem, Mississippi push forward again, trying to get some out of lines, and they will do so. And Union main spawns are returning back to this side. Now, if I'm CSA, I am gonna imagine that you would try to keep Union off these flags. Now, Union can't go too far. This is out of bounds. Imagine if this road was in bounds. I feel like that'd be a huge help to Union on this map. But Union should be able to get those flags, especially since CSA is kind of pulling off. So, Union's got about one charge in them before they hit final push. And I don't know, this round really, I don't know how Union's going to be able to come back. Unless they hit CSA into breaking in this charge and win and cap and win. That's pretty low in terms of odds. So Union sending some guys out, trying to pick up those flags. And is Union just going to go straight in here right away? Yep, looks like they will. I mean, what else are they going to do? Now, I don't like that they have the sharps kind of in the front with the pistols. Those pistols are valuable. You want them to get all those shots off. You got to put the infantry in front of those sharps, in my opinion.
Brace, make the flag, brace, make the flag bend.
They're hitting around the other side. They're hitting around the other side of the
Awfully cinematic, the flag bearer there, rip. Anyways, Union's starting to gain a little ground, but CSA wrapping around as they've done this entire round. And with that, Union is going to hit final push. And the timer is going to drop down a couple of minutes here. Probably to like 3 minutes.
Get the flag up, ladies and gentlemen. Get the flag up.
Surely they're going to hit final push.
Sorry. Good job, good job, good job. Wonderful, wonderful. Get the gang.
Oh my god. 3.5 minutes, actually. Alright. Here comes some more Union guys. I think this was the Union left that was shooting off towards the right side of from where we're looking right now, but they're trying to go in. The CSA is about to hit breaking, so if Union caps at any point for the rest of this game, they'll win. But the odds that they actually hold that out are pretty low. And you got some CSA guys over the left side a lot, hunkering down on point. So, someone's already got hit there, but Union trying to reform. 2.5 minutes. Union's going to have one organized charge to do this. Again, they could still... Imagine if Union won off of this charge. That would be hilarious. They'll take a lot of casualties, but...
QB, spawn in, press T, follow your star.
You'll take that win.
Get that line up, get that line up.
So you have Union starting to push up to the center definitely here. Again, probably the best spot for Union in terms of an approach on this map. Nice already shot.
Artillery. Come on, get up.
One Union man wants to take the whole CSA team on, running up the center. How is he still alive? How is he still alive? Hey, there you go. So, Union's starting to trickle forward with their attack here.
Bonk! 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 Come on, Yankees! G.O. Get off the point. Fuck side turtle.
Look to the left, the men on the left!
See that? See that?
So, Union has a flag on the point. CSA, 12th VA collapsing in, and Davis Brigade doing that as well, and they wipe one Union flag down the point. This is going to be a trickle in for the rest of the game. Some Union trickling in from this side as well. They have a flag over at the rocks, but CSA looking to countercharge now.
Fire, fire! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Not so big.
Kill them Yankee sons of bitches. Go, 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 keep rushing, boy. Keep running after him. Get them.
So, I mean, despite Union losing this round pretty badly, they kept changing up what they were doing, and I can greatly appreciate that. This is not an easy map. Defenders played perfect, similar to last round. And as an attacker, it's going to be difficult for you to break through. And it's just an open field. On Smoke and Steel on Wednesday, on a full pop, 300 people, Union was able to win this map. And I heard they kind of made this L formation here, and they were able to shoot the CSA down, which unfortunately I missed it, so couldn't see that part. But I wonder if it would have worked here. I mean, Union kind of tried that, but nothing really prevailed. So charging clearly doesn't work unless they're up by a little chunk of tickets. Union needs to have like a ticket lead before charging in, because they're going to lose tickets on those charge, most likely. Or maybe CSA defenders were just playing terrible on that Wednesday event. Who knows? Regardless, that's not this match. Good job to CSA. Good job Union last round. Good 1-1 today. With that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Those links are in the description as well. And I appreciate you all being here. Can't do this without all of you guys. It definitely keeps me going. And I hope you enjoyed and were able to learn something. Anyways, we will see you all in the next one. And congrats to the Union, more importantly, for holding Fort Pillow. We'll see you in the next one. Good night.